right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 765. Woo! That's gonna be that's a lot of Studying Brews. Woo. Guess what? I haven't missed a one.
No.
765 episodes. What?
You did miss one.
When?
When you were in Arizona.
No, I was still on. I came on at the end.
That's right. You did come in on the end.
I came in on the
Look
end.
at you.
I got in.
Look at
I got in there. Still undefeated. I had to have someone blowtorch my door open, but I made it.
But you made it.
I made it. There's a motel out there in Arizona and Tucson that you got to get into the room by them blowtorching it in. Fantastic place. Yes. Anyways.
Yes.
Just want to say thank you for joining us for this free study session. It's a 30 minutes of fun but study, and we're going to give you those test-taking techniques tonight. And what does that mean? It means sometimes we're on the exam and we just forgot everything. We studied, but nerves, whatever, the exam questions aren't looking familiar. What do you do?
What?
Tonight we're going to look at questions and we're going to show you how to answer it pretty much with no content, huh?
I tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, no content.
We're going to try to get this done without any content. We're going to show you how to get some answers right without even knowing any content. So if you're brand new and you haven't even studied, or you're just like kind of on shaky ground because you're on and off, or maybe you're using somebody's study prep that's kind of a little bit more overwhelming than you thought, that's all right. We're here for you. And who are we? Well, my name is Andy. I'm the guy that runs the back office for KonaButterflyz. But you're not here for me. You're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, Series 65, and her Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know. So that way you too can get a pass notice this summer, because why, Brandy?
It's a hot past summer.
Thank you for playing along, Brandy.
Tuesdays are much better than Mondays.
Woo! She's going to get through this summer and she's going to get it.
Yeah.
And then it'll be the fall.
Yeah. Then I'll be all hot past fall.
It's not the same.
It doesn't even flow.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
It's a hot past autumn.
All right. Hey, guys, I just want to say that, sometimes, look, you got to keep that positive mental attitude. We say it all the time. Keep that PMA. Positive mental attitude. Positive mental attitude is going to get you through the tough times, the boring times, the slow times, all the times that you just really don't want to do it. Period. Whether it's studying, whether sometimes just adulting.
Putting dishes away.
You ever wake up in the morning and you're just like, man, I wish you just lay here and put the blankets right back over my head and just hit a reset.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it just happens. It happens that way. And you got to keep that positive mental attitude. Remember, everything is a choice. You can choose to feel the way you feel. You can choose to do what you're going to do that day, right? Your actions.
Yes.
That's about all you can choose. That's all you have control over. The rest of it, you're just going to have to roll with it, and you're just going to have to look at the positive side of it. For every negative reaction, there is an equal positive. Yes. So make sure that you always look for that positive. Keep it going. And guys, that is the difference. That really is. That and consistency. Be consistent, keep positive, and then that's it. Put in the work. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it doesn't go your way. Sometimes the dice don't roll the way you want them. But you just ante up and you go for another roll. And you just keep going, because sooner or later the odds will be in your favor.
That's true.
And it's not the Hunger Games. So that's a good thing.
No.
All right, let's get to it, Brandy. Before I make any more pop culture references that some people don't get. What? Anyways.
It's the Hunger Games.
All right, we've got online on-course demand. We have online on-demand courses, audios, and visuals. Hey, and guess what, guys? I got a great news, and this is going to take a minute because I have to redo everything, but it's going to be worth it. So now, people have always asked me, Andy, how do you get to your audios? If I'm a member, I want to get to your audios. I want to take the course, but I need the audio part because sometimes I'm in my car. I don't know, way too long, because I live in Southern California and all we have is traffic. Right? And I'm a person that abides by the law, and I'm not going to look at videos while I'm driving because I believe in safety. So I would love to have those audios playing through my podcast.
I believe in safety.
Yes. And there's a way to do it already on Patreon through our members area, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You can add your RS link, play it in your favorite podcast player. But good news, Patreon has now partnered up with Spotify. So what that means is I will be able to just directly, anything I put on there, you'll just find on Spotify. So with your Spotify account, you go over there, you'll see all the audios over there, and then you just sign in and you'll be able to hear it. That's the caveat. If you have to be a member to hear some of them. And I'm going to make some of the audios free.
Yeah.
So that way some people are like, you know what, this is kind of cool. And
Yeah.
then maybe that'll spur them to sign up
That's right.
to hear all the rest of the audios. But we'll be able to have all the course content over there in audio form. And even better yet, with our new way we're doing everything, if you've been paying attention, everything is in a smaller video or smaller chunk. So we'll do option, we have options in like 17 minutes or something like that. So you get like an options course in 17 minutes in your audio. So that's a nice little drive to the office or to the school, take your kids in, or to work. You can learn a couple things, here and there, or at least let it seep in through your brain, right? We're going to go to the gym. We can hear some of the audios. Guys, sometimes just hearing it and just ingesting it, or just taking it in like a sponge, whether we're writing notes or not, is going to get you there.
And guys, I purposely don't use foul language, so you can, in fact, make our podcast family friendly.
All right. And with that, anyways, no, seriously, you can do the spot. So on Spotify, you find it and you can play the audios through there and through your audio. So I will be loading up stuff and be taking down our old audios, and we'll be putting up new stuff soon. It's going to take me a while. It's going to take me a minute. It's a lot of content. Like right now I'm looking at like 50 audio selections I got to load up. So it's going to take a minute, but I want to get it organized and put up there. But we will be having everything on Spotify. So you'll be able to find all that stuff easily through your Spotify accounts, and then just sign in. And if you're wondering what Spotify is, it's a streaming service, and you can use that streaming service for free. So you don't have to pay an extra charge to get Spotify. And then you can just go find us on their podcasts.
Yeah.
And then there you go. You're in like Flynn. You just got, because you already paid for us. So all you got to do is sign in. You can listen to all the audios.
There you go.
So, and we did have a trucker. He passed all his license or all his tests. He took the SIE, the 6 and the 63. Never watched a video once. Just listened all day long to the audios. Took a quiz when he got home. Rinse and repeat. Passed his exams.
There you go.
That's what he did.
When there's a will, there's a way.
Guys, and he's older. He's in his 50s, 60s. So somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was a while back, so I'm sure he's a little bit older now. But it doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter what occupation you have. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you want it bad enough, we can make it work for you. We have so many different ways. And then you just gotta have that will.
Yeah.
That's it. If you want it, you'll do it. Right?
Right.
Period. I don't know anybody that doesn't. If there's something you want bad enough, you guys will get it.
Yeah.
So we got all the different ways and all the different tools for you to help you out. Study guides for the SIE, the 663 are available. They're ebooks. You can print them out. So if you study the 1900s and you love that printed copy, they're available. And we will soon have updated study guides that you'll be able to purchase on Patreon as well. And they will be hooked up to your videos. So when Brandy makes a reference on the study guide, you'll be able to click it and watch the video for more help. So everything will be all integrated: audios, videos, study guide, everything. Sure. So it's going to be pretty awesome. But for now, we just have the PDF that you can watch. I mean, that you can download, and you can go ahead and get on PayHip. And you can get that printed copy as well. Orientation Replay explains everything that we have. We have the Discord, the Kona community. We're going to show you a little bit of that tomorrow, right? Maybe sure. Not. I don't know. But that's our free study. That's our free community. All you got to do is just join it, scan the QR code, hit the links in the chat, get on to all the things I just talked about. 866-KONA, 866-439-562. That's where you can reach me at. Brandy is strictly on Discord. We also have a Telegram that you can join up with. It's free. Guys, take advantage of all the free. Take advantage of everything.
Yes.
If we got it for free, why not? Free is for me, is what they say, right?
That's what I hear.
All right, we have a live session reminder tomorrow. We have the Series 65. It is recommendations. I recommend that you watch the recommendations of. More importantly, when you're studying the Series 65, it's a lot. And Brandy has got a great way to help you guys navigate that and really zero in on the things that you need to know for recommendations, so that way you don't get lost. And so tomorrow we're going to go over recommendations, right, Brandy?
Yes, we are.
All right, starts at 7 a.m. in Hawaii, and prayers to Hawaii.
Yes.
We're still thinking about you. 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. in the East. And you can get into those live sessions if you're a member. Are we ready?
Yeah, I do have it in the news.
We got it in the news. I know
I-
we talked about it, but did we
Yeah.
do it?
I did. I almost forgot.
There's like 3 or 4 different topics we were going to do.
This is Mr. Burry.
All right.
Yes.
Voldemort.
Yeah.
I like to call him Voldemort.
Ah,
All right,
I
everybody.
call him Christian Bale. It's not.
All right, everybody. We're going to do an in the news. Sometimes we do in the news, and what that is Brandy, are you going to flip it up? Or
I don't have a slide.
you don't have the graphic that I made?
No.
Oh.
I know. I keep forgetting that.
Oh.
I'll bring it back.
All right. Well, we have an in the news topic, and what we do is we take something straight from the headlines, straight from what's going on in the present day, and we're not here to make any kind of securities recommendation, any kind of retirement plan. This is not in any way a what do they call that? A study or a research report
Correct.
on how to invest, or we are not trying to tell you how to invest
No.
or where to put your money as far as it goes to what do I say? Stocks, bonds.
We're not telling you what to do with your money.
No, not at all. And we try to keep it to vocabulary that kind of relates to your studying. So that way you can see how it works. And if you can see how something like kind of relates in the real world, sometimes it helps us understand it in our test world.
Yes.
And you can understand the concepts anyway. And sometimes it's just fun when we start learning a new language, we get to see like a whole new world,
A whole new world.
as Aladdin once said,
That's right. he
or
did.
Jasmine.
Both of them.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a carpet involved. That's
Peebo
all I know.
Bryson.
All right, let's go.
I reached for that. Did you hear that?
Nah.
Okay. All right. Michael Burry, guys. If you ever seen The Big Short, it's a great movie.
It's a great movie. It does
Not-
have it does have some rated R scenes in there, some nudity. So
It's not as bad as Wolf of Wall Street.
not close at all.
But there's a lot of F-bombs and
Yes.
there is a nudity scene.
Yes. So be aware, but it's a great movie if you're an adult.
Yes, it is a great movie if you're yes. So this guy, Michael Burry, right? He is Christian Bale in the movie. And what happened was he became famous because he bet billions of dollars on the Wall Street crash, but not like directly, right? There's these things called credit swaps. He basically bet that the banking system,
The housing market was going to explode.
popped, right? And that's what he did. Well, guess what, guys? He made news last week because he decided, and this is what everybody's saying, this is how the news is saying it, he's betting against the market. How do you bet against the market? Well, this guy put $866 million in put options on the S&P 500. And then he put another 39 million in put options against the NASDAQ.
So from our studying, what is a put option and what is a put?
Now, a put option is when I'm just going to slide over here. First of all, the way we teach options, right? It's a put option. So we're going to put our arrow down and here is our strike. Okay. So if in fact the price falls, right? If in fact the price falls, this is going to be in the money, which means the buyer wins. Okay.
So Michael Burry wins.
If the market falls.
The market falls.
Right. So anything below the strike. So, but this is not like we get taught, especially in the SIE, we get taught about equity options, right? Where we're betting on particular stocks, the ABC call, the XYZ puts. This is when they're betting on an index. Okay. When you bet on an index, that's like betting on, well, the S&P 500 is 500 stocks.
500 companies.
500 different companies. Exactly. So if you were going to bet on the index like that and you have to exercise, that's crazy, right? So we don't do that. But when it's an index option, we settle in cash. So whatever the difference is, you get cash. So for instance, I'm not saying that this is just an example, Let's say that the strike price is, I'm just going to keep our numbers simple. Let's say the strike price was $100. Okay. And then let's say these are European style. So that means that they expire only on expiration. Hint, hint. So they only on expiration. So when that third Friday comes around of the month, I don't know what month these things are expiring. When the third Friday of the month comes around, let's say that the S&P is trading, let's say at $60. Okay, this is what the S&P is trading at. That's a $40 difference, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that difference right there is our intrinsic value. This right here, the difference between 160 is $40. That's our intrinsic value. Guys, that's how much cash per option contract he would potentially make, because that's just the difference, right? We settle in
We're
cash.
talking, $1 billion here, excess
Difference
of $1 billion.
between strike, yes, and current market value, right? So if this was a stock, we would have to buy the stock or sell the stock, but we're not doing that. These are index options. These are cash. Now, here's the thing, guys. He has been wrong. Just because he was right about one thing in history does not mean he's going to be right now. In fact, the S&P and the NASDAQ actually, I know it seems weird, have actually shown a positive result so far year to date from January 1st to, what is it, August 22nd. Hi, it's been positive. It's been positive, guys, and he's betting that it's going to be negative. Okay. See, look, notched gains so far this year. So I did want to say, though, guys, that he has been wrong before. In January, he said sell. And then in March, he said, oops, I was wrong. So he's been wrong. Guys, he's one person. Okay. He's one person. He made it big one time. Does that mean we believe everything this particular individual says? No. He's one person. The news is going to grab it because they made a movie out of this guy. You know what I mean? So make sure that when your clients ask you things, or when, you start making decisions, that you research all angles, not just one person.
Yeah, because there's two things that you cannot do in this business, and this holds true for everyone and everything. And when it comes to getting your licenses, especially, and once you're fully licensed, there's two things that you cannot do.
Correct.
Guarantee,
Correct.
and you can't predict the future.
Correct.
That's it.
That's it.
You can't guarantee and you can't predict the future.
Yeah. So don't do those things.
Right. And oddly enough, those are some of the questions and answers that you're going to be looking for tonight in test taking techniques, because there might be something that says guarantee, and you're going to be like, you can't do that. Maybe, or you can't predict it.
Maybe.
But yeah. So I call him Voldemort because he bets on the negatives all the time to get those positives. So
yeah.
And he has been wrong.
He has.
And let's hope he's wrong.
Let's hope, because that's a big.
So I did hear more about how or why he thinks that is because he believes everybody's living on credit. And there's an inkling that people are living on debt, and one of these days the debt is going to be creeping up. Debt is one of those things that's like creeping death. You know what I mean? If you don't keep an eye on your debt, it can get you. So he's thinking that there's a lot of people who are living on credit since after the pandemic and when the interest rates went up. So
I mean, it is true. It is one of the economic indicators. They are seeing personal debt climbing. That is all true, but it's one aspect.
Exactly. So that's what he's stretching for. That's what he's hoping for.
Go ahead.
And I'm just a put option. So it's not like,
And I do have to say this, guys, globally, let me go back to this. Globally, guys, there is a huge global economic shift happening, right? The pandemic started it. But what the pandemic did was open the eyes of other countries and going, maybe we shouldn't be relying on other countries for our goods and services for our own people. So you are living, I'm not going to say that word, but you guys are living in a historic time.
Unprecedented time.
You guys are living in a historic time right now.
Unprecedented.
Where you are seeing a shift where countries are bringing back production into their own countries instead of farming it out. So you're seeing that we're adjusting to this whole different way, which was like how it was 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
So
look at the chip manufacturing for computer chips. That's all moving back to the United States again.
Yes.
There's a reason.
There's a huge economic shift happening, guys. It's not one thing. There's a huge global thing happening.
And the good news is you've been studying and you're going to be able to follow some of this stuff and understand it. So speaking of which, let's get into Test Taking Techniques Tuesday. Let's give you those techniques to help you get that edge that you've been looking for to get you that pass. Look, these test taking techniques aren't always, I say this every single time. Look, they're not 100%. They're not 90%. Maybe they're not 80%. Maybe they're not 70%. Shoot, maybe they're not even 40%. But let's say I'm scoring 70. I mean, let's say I'm scoring like 60% on my own with content, right? I've been studying. I got 60%, Brandy.
That's great, but
If I add your techniques and give me a 20% boost, let's say it's 20% right on things that I don't know,
yeah,
guess what? That's a
what?
pass.
It is a pass,
I'm
guys.
scoring 80s now.
Yes.
And guess what? That's all that matters is the pass.
Yes. And guys, these are just tools. These are not the end all be all. You still have to learn some content. You still have to learn some connections. But guys, adding this to your arsenal in any multiple choice test,
That's the edge.
it's fire.
So we got rules of test taking techniques Tuesday. Rule number 1, you're not allowed to ask, what exam did that question come from? The first thing a lot of people ask is like, oh my gosh, that looks like a series 7. Oh, that looks really tough. I don't know if that's on my exam. And they freak out and they don't pay attention to any of the strategies or techniques. Guys, you need to keep your cool. Just pay attention to how Brandy answers these questions. We always do answers first because answers let us read the question with intent. It stops us from double reading, triple reading, and also really zeroes us in on the connections that we need to make and see through all the smoke and mirrors.
Yes.
So we do things just like that. So pay attention. What patterns is she looking at? How is she observing this stuff? What are the little things that we catch on that you can learn? And then that brings us to rule number 2. How do we learn best? By doing. So as soon as we're done here, I want you to log off. I want you to go grab your own quiz. I want you to do a 10-question flash quiz, 10 questions, 10 minutes, 1 minute per thought of 1 minute of thought per question. What? That's crazy. Yes, because this is a drill. This is a drill just testing you on these skills. Skills take time to develop. They're not mastered easily, but that's how you know they're a skill set. So you got to practice it, and add these to your arsenal because it is the edge that you've been looking for. Trust me, but it's not an easy edge. I'm not saying anything worth doing is not easy, by the way.
So true.
Period. So you got to get that out of your head. So if you were thinking everything is easy, it's not. It's a skill. Even if it's worth having, it's going to be a little bit difficult.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's not even have any value at all. So let's just keep our heads about it, practice this stuff, and let's get started.
Let's do it. All right, guys. Let me zoom in here. All right, guys. A says what the customer's objectives are. B says all essential facts about the customer related to the investment. C says if the customer graduated from college, or D, the customer's financial and non-financial investment considerations. So check this out, guys. We got related to the investment. We got investment considerations, and then we have objectives. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just assume that those objectives are investment objectives or financial objectives, right?
But if the customer graduated from college, seems not anywhere in the securities realm.
I'm going to say exactly that. Like, how is that securities related?
That's just observations. Do you guys see that? Like, we're not even talking about any kind of like real content here.
Yeah. Knowing like some people graduate, some people don't. Well, some people go, some people don't.
That's a fun fact.
That doesn't make you a better or worse investor.
Yeah. Makes you raise your eyebrow. What?
Well, okay. It says, well, I mean, okay, again, I'm going to say this. I said this last week. I'm going to say this again. I both love and hate the fact that this study prep bolds the accept. The reason why I love it, great training, right?
But on the real exam, Brandy?
It's not like that on the real exam.
No.
So you can't depend on it.
You got to look for it yourself.
Exactly. So like I said, I love and hate it.
So you got to clean your glasses.
Yes. But guys, I didn't write it out. I should have wrote it out. It's the one, this C was the one that was different, right? Because objectives, investment.
It just didn't fit.
It didn't fit. It was different. This says accept. Guys, I don't know about you, but the one that's different is usually exceptional.
But we didn't read the question and we really didn't read the answers.
No, it's true. We didn't.
There's no point.
We don't need to, though.
There's no point.
See?
So if you were wondering, how do you get through a 10-question flash quiz? There you go.
That's it.
That's it. And then you have to do the self-discipline of not second guessing it.
Correct.
And going with it.
Trust it. And don't feel guilty if you get an answer right based on this. Don't feel guilty.
Yeah.
You're passing a multiple choice test.
Take the win.
Take it. Okay. I got uniform practice code, code of arbitration, code of procedures, and conduct rules. Now, practice code to me, uniform practice, procedures, and conduct all sound the same,
Yeah.
but it's not because
Well, I was going to say, because there's two codes, and I always say if there's two that are very similar, 90% of the time, it's one of the two.
there's three.
Well,
Sorry.
I know there's code and code. Oh, three codes.
Yeah.
And then there's one that doesn't.
Right.
One's a
There
conduct.
is one that's different.
That is different.
Now, I look at these things and I went through here and I went UPC, right?
That was, yeah.
Like barcodes,
Yes.
right? Arbitration, I have to sign this at the doctor's,
Yeah.
right? That's that thing that you have to sign now when you go to the doctor's.
Like a little waiver.
Right. Code of procedures means I don't know, there's some kind of code happening
The
there.
doctor's not going to snitch that you got an itch.
Right. And then the conduct rules to me is like how to behave. Right?
Yep.
How to behave.
Elbows off the table when you eat.
Right? I don't even know if I spelled that right. I think there's an I in there somewhere. But you guys see where I'm going with this, right? So I'm going to read the question and I'm going to make a match, right? Which of the following sets of FINRA rules focuses on broker-dealers doing business with other broker-dealers? Now, that doesn't sound like something I have to sign at the doctor's.
No.
That doesn't sound like a conduct rule, how to behave.
Mm-mm.
Now, I'm looking at code of procedures and uniform practice code.
Well, it doesn't sound like a uniform.
Why not?
I don't know. It just doesn't
Because
sound
if
like it.
you were broker dealer and you're working with another broker dealer,
We're not wearing the same suit.
No, you want to be same.
Yeah, I want to, but I don't know. That's all I'm just saying.
Well, see, I say because this industry is so regulated, you want to, if I go to broker dealer A and I go to broker dealer D, that I'm expecting the same exact thing.
Ah.
All the paperwork is going to be the same. The confirmations are
But
going
our
to be
code
the
of
same.
procedures are not going to be the same
Correct.
because we're different.
Exactly.
Got it.
See, you have to be uniformity. That's what uniform practice code means. It means uniformity, like school uniforms.
Look, guys, see, I ask the questions you're afraid to ask.
That's how it works.
Yes.
Yeah. I just saw two broker dealers. Ooh, what the heck?
You just said, you know what? We don't even need to look at the answers or the question.
We're not looking at anything, apparently.
Did you get any of that on there?
The heck, bro? What happened? There they are. Oh, I know what I did in this one. I tried to be fancy. All right. I know what I was doing, but it didn't come out that way. Okay. So, that's what happens when you do this earlier in the day. So I got lower than the coupon rate, higher than the fixed rate, higher than the stated rate.
Translation, you were bored. Go ahead.
And same as nominal rate. Okay. So first of all, I got lower, I got higher, and I got higher. Okay. So now I'm going to skip on over to the, and then the same equals, right? So I'm going to say, if I'm going by the
wait, before we get all this stuff, guys, notice what she just did there. That is just simple observations that you need to know nothing about.
Oh yeah, I didn't even look at the other.
Do you see that? Slow it down sometimes and just look at what the words are telling you and just map it out. Crazy as it is, you put A, B, C, D on your paper, down, up, and then equals, right?
Yeah, like this. Literally, I would go like this. That's lower, that's higher, that's the same. Right?
Yes, and then there's the opposite rule.
And there's the opposite rule, which is like 99, which is like 90+% of the time that the answer is going to be one of those. Now, I have two ups.
Yes.
And I have one down. I have two ups, one down.
Yes.
Could it be?
Well, if there's two similars, we can't go up because then it'd be the same.
So
we can't have two of the same. That's it. Without looking. Oh, wait, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to show the question.
Oh, the bond is purchased at a premium. The current yield will be, guys, fixed and stated mean exactly the same thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's fixed. It's stated.
It's stated. It's fixed. It's the same word.
It's not a variable.
No.
We're not negotiating it. So, it's stated.
So this is the same. Even if I read the rest of the answers, guys, fixed and stated are the same thing. So immediately B and C couldn't be the answer. What's opposite of up? Down.
Fuck it. That's all you got to do. Just observe simple words, common sense. If you've been on this planet long enough, you guys know that fixed and stated are almost the same thing.
Yeah.
Don't forget all the experience in life that you have and just apply it.
Guys, we have a lot of experience. We're all over the age of 18 because you can't take this test unless you're over the age of 18.
Right. Some of us a little bit more. We earn this gray hair.
We've got experience.
Use it.
use it wisely. All right. Local government investment pools, tax anticipation notes, bond anticipation notes, money markets. I saw this. Watch. I'm going to show you how simple this went. I said local government. I saw tax anticipation, bond anticipation, money markets. I looked at the question. I said established by states, government entities. What else could it be? I don't know. I didn't read the rest. That's it.
That's it. Do you guys see that? Local government, state, right? That's it.
Guys, you can do this, like mess around with this thing. Go, I'm going to see if I can get it by this. And you guys just learn after.
Some of y'all haven't even studied. And you might be like, you know what? I don't even know what a tax anticipation note is. I don't know what a bond anticipation note is.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who cares?
Just do it.
Take the win.
Just click. I think this might be. Oh, I got 2 more. Oh, that's right. I finished with the 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Employees of the exchange buying and selling securities on the floor, designated market makers maintaining liquidity, a physical floor where traders call out bids and offers, and a $2 brokers assisting in maintaining an orderly market. All right. Just like the first question, guys, check this out. Brokers.
Yes.
Traders. Market makers. Employees. This could be anybody.
Yeah, it could be the janitor. It could be
just an employee. It could be a clerical staff.
It could be a top executive.
They're
on payroll.
Exactly.
Payroll.
It's just an employee. It doesn't say.
It could be anything.
But market maker, that sounds like somebody.
That sounds very specific.
Specific. Thank you. Trader.
Anybody.
Sounds specific. Brokers. Specific. But employee. Guys, do you know how many times when I was studying that used to get me all the time? I was like, oh, it's an employee.
Brokers, traders, and market makers take a license?
The 3 that I circled need a license. An employee doesn't mean that you have to have a license. There are plenty of staff members that
works better for my brains.
Yeah, there's plenty of staff members that work at firms that do not need to be licensed for their job.
Can we all see that? Like, I could be a janitor at a firm. That doesn't mean I can do trades.
Yeah.
But I'm an employee.
Yeah.
So that's how it works for me. Like, I know we went specific, non-specific. For me, it was market makers, traders, brokers, all need licenses. Employees don't.
Exactly.
That's how I got to anybody.
All right. Yep. Okay. Last question. I don't normally do 1, 2, 3, 4s on here. Don't normally. But today I did. Right?
Do you know why? Because SIE, guys, you don't get 1, 2, 3, 4s.
You only get 1, 2, 3, 4s on the NASA test. 63, 65, 66. That's where the 1, 2, 3, 4 still show up.
Yeah. Certain Kaplan Q banks.
All Q banks still have them.
They still have the 1, 2, 3, 4.
Get it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, you're double learning. Exactly. All right. So I still do answers first. Notice I still look because, guys, sometimes in these 1, 2, 3, 4 questions, you pick 1, you pick 3, you pick 4, or you pick 2. I have forced 2 so much, and then I look down and I go, oh, I could pick all 3. So always look at how many you get to pick. Okay. And then I saw this. I saw, okay, I got a binding, I got non-binding, and I got binding, and I got non-binding. My eyes automatically go up to the top, but it says indications of interest. If you guys are getting indications of interest, is it required that you follow through? No.
I'm just interested.
You're just interested. Hey, can I put your name down for something for later? And you say, yeah, here's my email.
If you walk into the Lazy Boy outlet and you decided to go check out all the Lazy Boys, you spent an hour of the salesperson's time going up and down in all the chairs. Does that mean you're obligated to buy anything just because you have an interest? No.
Guys, it's just an interest. It's just saying, yeah, I'm interested. Give me more information. That's it. So if I say indications of interest, I say 2, I say 4, that's my answer choice right there. Check it out. Boom. And I didn't have to look at any of that other crap. Yeah, sorry. That's like the worst.
It's rated G, Brandy.
Sorry. I don't look at anything else. Because if I can get it in the first few words, I'm going to try to do that. And if you guys notice, look at my line of sight right here. That's my line of sight. That's it.
That's what we call focusing in on keyword connections.
If I had to go further, I would go further, but I didn't need to. If it's an indication of interest, it's non-binding, period.
I'm just interested.
Just interested.
I'm moving on.
Don't.
I am a professional window shopper, by the way.
If I don't pick up the phone when you call me, don't call me back.
If I had to buy everything I window shopped and I was bound, I would never leave the house because
we could not leave the house. We couldn't open
No.
our phones. We couldn't do anything
No.
because we would be like on the hook to buy a bunch of things.
we'd be all in debt, crazy debt.
Can't do that.
No.
I would take Michael Burry's bet then. I'm just kidding.
But here, guys, see how we did that? You just apply common sense. Look at surface knowledge. We don't scuba dive. We're just on the surface, looking at surface knowledge, not forgetting all the things that we paid dues with in our lives and why we got gray hair, right? All the things we've been learning along the way, just applying just the simplest things and terms and just looking at it. And that's it.
That's it.
The words are almost popping out at you and telling you which the answer is if you just allow it. So there you go. Add this into your arsenal. And if you like more, guys, this is what we do in our live sessions with our content. This is what we do for our members all the time. So check us out if you haven't already. But we got live sessions happening tomorrow for the 65. We got the Studying Brew. We'll be back tomorrow night.
Yes.
For a good one for Hard Hitting Wednesday.
Yep.
What is it, Brandy?
Outside business activity and private securities transactions. Every exam.
OBA?
OBAs.
Guys, that's going to be a good one tomorrow. Every exam has that. Even when you're out and you're about and you're already fully licensed, OBAs still apply. It is very important. So we're going to conquer that topic tomorrow in a very simple, easy way.
Heck yeah.
Don't want to miss out. Same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, everybody, stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. Keep that positive mental attitude. PMA, and have a great night.
Thank you guys so much for being on. We super appreciate you. Don't forget to practice those techniques in your own flash quiz. We will see you guys next time. Have a great one.
Have a good one.